We're in the process of this strategic planning initiative with our board. We've been doing this for about 3 months. You guys received, and maybe you filled out, maybe you didn't, a member survey asking you on your opinion on what we're doing well, what we could improve upon. We sent that out actually not just to MIG members, but ex-members as well, because and the good news is that some of those ex-members, it was a dip in the financial, a dip in the cash flow. I totally understand that. We had a lot of members rejoin. There's actually a bunch of you in the audience that had to go for a few months, and then you came back, and we're so pleased to have you there, because I think that's a testament to the fact that we are fighting the good work, doing the good stuff. This revised mission statement is different. We used to have in our mission statement that we were the trade organization focused on overcoming technical barriers to MEMS. Now, the industry has changed, obviously, in 10 years. It's a different world in many ways, even in the past 5 years. So MEMS Industry Group needs to keep up and be a leader in that area. And the idea is that we are a go-to place for the MEMS supply chain, and that we are the leading trade association advancing MEMS across global markets. And it's the idea that we're connecting that global supply chain again. The focus of our approach will be enabling the exchange of non-proprietary information among members, providing access to reliable industry data, and obviously commercialization of MEMS, which is why we're all here. This is a work in progress. There's a few folks in our governing council who are in the audience, including Mike McNarty, Ching Ma somewhere, and Magnus from Silex. There are folks in the audience. I encourage you to have an interaction with us, have an interaction with me, interaction with the staff. Where do you want the industry group to be? What are the pain points that you have? How can we prove our value to you? This is something that we are in the process of doing. We'll be defining that 2015 vision that we are the go-to resource for globally linking the MEMS supply chain. The idea is that we aren't doing that matchmaking, that hand-holding for you, but that we're creating the opportunities, much like the MEMS Executive Congress, where we have the opportunity and that forum to bring you together with your potential partners, your potential customers, etc. It's an exciting time in MEMS. I'm really honored that the board has given a vote of confidence to myself and my fantastic staff to say that this is a good organization, this is the organization, and we're excited about the future. And I feel that energy, when I go and talk to new members, and then when I talk to old members as well. I had the pleasure of spending a few days in Germany, and when I was there, I was in Reutlingen and visited Bosch. And it was just, there's this palpable excitement about the future, and I'm really honored and excited that we're a part of it. This is just talking about our strategies, and this is where I want you to really think about what are the tangibles, because this is where we're going to come up with strategies for the next 5 years. So the first #1 thing is that we are actively promoting active participation of our members. So it's not just one person per company, because that's just not sustainable. My goal, and the goal of MEMS Industry Group, is to have roots, so that in Intel, for example, we don't just have one main point person, but we know who's doing this kind of research, who's doing this packaging, or for the foundry, like who's in charge of business development, sales. We need to know who's in your company, who's doing what, so that we can help you. And that when we have targeted information and targeted forums and webinars and things, that we can help you and make sure that you're aware of it. Because we're all busy, right? We're all busy. We all know that a lot of that information goes into your spam folder, or in a folder where I'll get to that on the weekend, but the reality is that there might be some really good information out there. We want you to use us as a resource. We're redesigning our website, like I said, and the whole focus is to help promote more active participation and engagement, showing our ROI for you and your colleagues. The second one is seeking members from the global MEMS supply chain. while we have 85 plus members in our membership, member companies in our membership, that's not enough. There are others in the MEMS global supply chain that are not members of MEG. We need to have better representation of that MEMS supply chain so it brings, again, more value to you. Then the third one is collaborating with our industry partners. If you look at our member list, you'll see a lot of new faces, and a lot of them are partner organizations that are like EVEM and Micro Machine Center Japan and SEMI and MEPTEC, etc. There are more organizations out there in other industries and adjacent markets where MIG will make a more active play to engage with. And I encourage you, if you have organizations that you're a member of, like your IEEE branch, or it's like the Bay Area MEMS Club, or not just a drinking group, maybe, Magnus, but other groups that are doing some, but they can be social, that's okay, but the idea is that MIG is tapping in and linking and creating those networks, and I encourage you to help us do that. And if there are groups internationally, if there's a group in Singapore, there's a group in Taiwan that you're aware of that's doing some stuff that's similar to MIG, and we can help kind of not reinvent the wheel again, I encourage you to let us know, and it's something that we will strive to do. And then lastly, this is much like the point of the discussions yesterday was there's no MEMS Inside logo, right? When DLP branded when TI branded its DLP, they didn't say MEMS Inside, it's DLP. And I respect that, but one of the things that MIG should be, again, is a go-to resource so that we are a place where people want information about MEMS that they would naturally come to us. And that's something that in the next 5 years we'll be working towards. And again, I encourage you to give us your ideas, give us your suggestions. Some of the things that we're going to talk about with Metric is creating action items that will be initiated and led by you. Create opportunities for your new hires to be a part of that. Creating a body of knowledge and information so that you, when you're going to a customer and explaining why this solution, this MEMS enabling solution is the right one, that you have at your fingertips the resources that you need to help with that argument.